But okay. It's time. Let's see what they've done with Wukamat, if anything has changed. A royal invitation. The pleasure is always, Ravioli. Have you been able to relax lately? I don't know. Is the savage tier considered relaxing? Wonderful. As busy as you've been with the rite of secession, among other things, you deserve an opportunity to experience Tuyalal at a more leisurely pace. Sampling the tacos at, oh god, South American names. The like Aztec, Mayan X's are like SH sounds, I think. Balyav is one such way to do so. They're made the traditional way and laden with fillings that are absolutely sublime. If you have an empty stomach, the owner of Brukevu will look after you. Are we finally getting our taco? Is that how we're starting this? Because they knew everyone was upset that we never got our taco. Well, improving voice acting, I don't think was Sven. Fucking, it's just the Sven. I don't think Wukamat had an issue with voice acting. It was like Yestola. And a couple other like random bits, which is like, why do you sound like you're in a bathroom right now? I more so mean, as things have gone on, pretty much every data center, even the ones that like aren't connected to us, like the China and Korea, they all hate Wukamat. So it's like, I don't think anyone's been so hated since Lease, and they fixed Lease. They doubled down. It was like, okay, well, you're gonna play, you're gonna talk with Lease more, and ended up fixing her in the patches. I'm kind of expecting something similar. I don't know, or maybe they'll like have her just back the fuck up. I don't know. I see. If you have a hankering for tacos, then they're on the house. Consider it a token of gratitude for your helping tracking down those treasures. Go ahead and find a table. I'll bring you your meal as soon as it's ready. I was like, where's our table? Oh, all the people over there, I bet. It had to be nighttime for all these screenshots too, didn't it? Gregarious man, you still have tacos, I hope. You ate so many when you turned 5, you could barely move afterwards, remember that? You certainly are not talking to me. Okay, I was about to say, turned 5, who the fuck are you? What do you mean? No, not really, that was 30 years ago for me. Right. Sorry, it's still strange for me too. Just the other day, you were a little boy clinging to your mother's skirt. Oh. Damn. As you set out for Yasulani, and now you're a grown man with a full face of hair. Even so, I knew you were my son the instant I saw you. We're still family, and you can always rely on me. Relying, that feels like the only thing I'm doing right now. On you and everyone else. I can't even start a fire without assistance on my new job. Back in Alexandria, we had Electrope. If I needed fire, all I had to do was press a button. Everything was at our fingertips. That is an interesting point too. Yeah, you finally go home and all of a sudden you're in a very rustic setting, as opposed to every, future. But here, I'm helpless. A culinarian who can't even light the stove. The way the others in the kitchen stared at me. God's never felt so embarrassed. Sorry to hear that. I haven't been told the tales, but it seems life is really different within the dome. My wife and children, I was thinking I'd have them join me once things had settled, but at this rate... I say you send for them. If they're your family, then they're mine too. I'll do whatever's necessary to make it work. I'm glad they can go home, yeah. I didn't mean to overhear, but it seems they're having trouble readjusting to life in Tuyalo. Val Wuklamat? To aid folks like yourself, we've established a support group at the Wing of Reflection. There, you can learn the skills you need to live outside the dome. It isn't easy being back, I know, but I'm hopeful they can make things easier. That's exactly what I need. I'll definitely seek this group out, and I'll bring my family with me. Thank you. Oh, look who it is. I was just about to go and find you, Ravioli. You don't mind the company, I hope. I could use a bite to eat myself. Should they want to, of course, yeah. The tacos here never disappoint. So, what have you been up to lately? Been exploring Tyrol with my trusty alpaca. Been catching up on sleep, helping out around Wachumeki Meki. Been working to recover stolen artifact. Yeah, there we go. Making a name for myself at the Arcadian. You're fighting in the arena in Alexandria? By facing off against tough opponents, I'd wager you've honed your skills even further. As for myself, I'm being kept busy with duties at the palace, but whenever I find a moment, I like to walk the streets and talk to the people. That way, I can better understand the problems they have and share them with Kona to figure out solutions. I was on such a walk just now. Just as I mentioned, I was hoping to find you. Kona and I have something we want to discuss with you, as Dawn servants. Do you have time to come to the palace? Great, I'll go on ahead. Please come and join us once you've finished here. All right. Up steps. I guess will be fastest. I still kind of hate how far away the throne is from this aetheryte. Master Ravioli, it's always an honor. Valcona has stepped away to attend to a pressing matter, but he should join you within before long. All right. I wonder if Cryo will actually do things in the patch too. That was another like major criticism. I was like, you built this up to be the Cryo expansion and then it didn't give her like anything. Oh, you're all here too? Valcona summoned us, though if truth be told, Alphino and I have been seeing him quite regularly of late. Oh? He asked us to share knowledge of Hannish culture, you see, in hopes of further strengthening your alliance. We were, of course, happy to oblige him. Ryle and I were likewise summoned. Otherwise, we've been carrying on with our work, compiling information on the Golden City. My grandfather embarked on this investigation 20 years ago. With our reports, we shall finish what he started. Lest you wonder, Thancred and Urianger have left to resume their tour of Turok. So they're just randomly, okay. Just about. Histrola, meanwhile, is back to researching cross-rift travel. She was here just a few days ago to get Kona's permission to investigate living memory. By the way, she mentioned wanting to take a look at the key in your keeping at some point. Yeah, I want to know more about that key, so any information would be great. If the look she had in her eyes was any indication, I suggest you brace yourself for when she comes calling. You're like to be stuck with her for a while. As for Stinian, we know neither where he is nor what he's doing. Of course. Of course. Some things never change. Probably crying from the Dragoon nerfs. I feel like it's a nerf. DPS wise, I don't think it is, but like, it's a fun nerf. My apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. We took advantage of the time to catch up. It's key to get Reen onto the source. Reen onto the source. And for Y'shtola to return to Runar. Both ways. Hopefully present company is enough for whatever it is you need. The matter for which I have summoned you pertains to Alexandria. A state funeral will soon be held in Slushanine to mourn the passing of Queen Sphene. King Galulja and his administration have invited us to attend. While certain issues remain unresolved between our nations, such as the treatment of Yasulani, I see no reason not to attend. For generations, the Alexandrians lived without even the awareness of death. I wouldn't have expected them to have funeral rites still. Apparently, the members of Oblivion unearthed records of ceremonies that were conducted in the Alexandria of old. It was they who put forth the proposal that the queen be thus honored. Leave it to that lot to think of such things. The people of Alexandria no longer forget the departed. They're being confronted with the idea of death for the first time. I suspect our friends wanted to do something for them. Though Sphene was but a simulacrum, she was nonetheless a pillar for their people. The pain of her passing must run deep. I mean, you should be quadruple weaving anything ever. It's like... I don't know if the changes are for people who just don't know how to play the game. I don't know, maybe they were. I don't know. I personally kind of... So, like, I liked having 3 charges in Astron. I didn't like that the entire opener was double weaves. The whole thing. Indeed, a funeral will give Alexandrians the chance to come together to express their grief, but they might overcome it. I wasn't sure at first, but I've decided to go. Not only to be there for Galulja, but to put this chapter behind us. But our request for your presence was none other than to see if you wish to attend the funeral. I knew Sphene as well, after all. Or you knew Sphene as well, after all. That would be inappropriate. What, is it because we killed her? You know what? I want to go with that. I don't really care about Sphene, so... We're gonna be dragged either way. Because of your role in her demise, I take it. But we had no choice. We had to stop her from killing countless innocents. I won't force you to attend the funeral if it makes you feel uncomfortable, but while I represent Tuyulal in an official capacity, I'd like it if you could be there to watch over everything. I feel the rest of us should go too. Regardless of the reason, the fact remains that we deprived Alexandria of a beloved ruler. It's only right that we remember who Sphene was to her people and to others, so let us stand with you. It's fine, they have a baby lizard now. He can run everything. It's decided. Let's head to Solution 9 and look for Galul Ja in the back room. Listen, some people are privileged enough to triple weave. Depending on the job, spell speed, skill speed, whatever, but some people, it's ping based though. Crossroads. But for the most part, yeah. Triple and double weaving is just, no. Sometimes triple weaving, like, especially in an emergency situation, right? Like, oh, I need to admit or we're going to die. It happens. Is that the patch title? It is. Yeah, it is a fairly simple logo this time around. Head to the back room. Yes, but it defaulted me to no. There we go. You came for the funeral. Of course, I'm the only one who will officially take part, though. The others will watch over the proceedings. So, how have you been? It's been a while since my last visit. I'm good. Shale is always teaching me new things. Recently, I've learned about Everkeep systems and the mechanical soldiers. It's knowledge I'll need to use my authority properly. Studious as always, I see. By way of a treat, I've brought you gâteau au chocolat. It's kind of a cake. I think you'll like it. Thank you, Lamati, and thank you for coming. I've never been to a funeral before, so I feel less nervous having you here. Out of curiosity, what's the custom in Alexandria? In our world, it's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's much the same here, according to the records. Flowers will be distributed to all attendees. Considering that all the worlds used to be one, the practice of offering flowers may well share the same ancient origin. Fascinating, wouldn't you say? I like the, so, complete, and it's like, pick a fucking reward. And someone added the gun emoji to this. These aren't high quality, I don't want them. The flowers are being handed out at Praxis Park. I'm thinking of heading over there now. We'll join you. There's a man I would like to speak with. Gosan, he was apparently Sphene's aide, and the one who sent us the invitation. Come on, let's go. Is that someone we've met before? I don't recognize the name if it is. Kitchen sinking a buster. Yeah, for a tank perspective, yeah. I was doing a little bit of that last night, actually. With the Unreal, because I did it on tank. And I learned the off-tank Buster Flare hits real hard. Because like, oh, it's fine. It's just a flare. No, it's a tank flare. He doesn't look familiar. What? Hey, I'm Val Buklamat of Tuyalol. Thank you for extending us an invitation to Queen Sphene's funeral. Honor, truly. I'd seen you before from a distance, but never had the pleasure. I'm Gosan, former chief aide to the Queen. Since her passing, I have been responsible for administering affairs of state. Can we get our flowers here? Yes, Her Majesty. The flowers are being handed out at the counter yonder, alongside the regulators. What? We need to wear regulators for the funeral? Rest assured, they are not a requirement. We are aware your people do not use them. You see, people in Alexandria of old wore tokens of mourning upon their persons when attending funerals. Huh. As such tokens were black, it was suggested that we might wear regulators painted the same color. We've yet to produce enough for everyone, but we're distributing them as we are able. I see. Huh. Yet, regulator or no, the important thing is that we remember Queen Sphene. Remember her and her kindness as you make an offering of your flower. I will. I've been making the baby lizard do all the paperwork, right? The proceedings will soon begin in this plaza. Please take your place once you have your flower. Well, M3S specifically, those hit, I think, harder than any other tank buster in the tier. Those shared tank busters are great. You have to, like, yeah, you gotta pretty much kitchen sink all of those if you're not involving. Dang. Wow, okay, fuck these people, I guess. They can't see shit. Their line of sight is awful. They're hidden behind these.
Although we are gathered here for the same reason, we hail from different lands. Some were born and raised in the Alexandria. It was from this union of diverse peoples that a new Alexandria was born. The only home that our younger generation knows. How did we overcome the barriers between us? What moved us to join hands in common purpose beneath crackling skies? You know the answer. We survived. We thrived because Queen Sphene brought us together. Inspired and encouraged by her boundless kindness, we strove to be better, for ourselves as well as those around us. And in Her Majesty's absence, there is a sadness beyond words. Yet we will remember her. Remember all the good that she has done for us. So let us pray, as the people of the Old Kingdom once did, for the peaceful repose of the departed. And let us keep our beloved Queen forever in our hearts, that her memory might guide us unto the morrow.
The tiling of the NPCs is not deep enough. These are the exact same people. I was like, obviously they're gonna use similar models, but like this close? It kinda... For me, that kind of breaks things. It's like it's no longer serious. It's what the fuck is happening.
Would that I could find solace in my own words.
Damn. Statues in Alamigo from Endwalker. I don't know if I remember what you're referring to.
Was Queen Sphene taken to the cloud?
She must have been. To still remember her is strange, isn't it, darling?
I miss her. She would always cheer me up when I was down. But even though I remember her, I'll never see her again. That doesn't make sense.
It seems that's what it means to die, I'm afraid.
But what will happen to us? Are we just going to be sad forever?
What will happen indeed?
Make me curious.
Everything that
Are we
we owe to Queen Sphene.
doing this just for Sphene?
Go on without her?
Or is it from this point
I
on?
remember Her Majesty so clearly. If only I didn't, I might feel better about the future of our realm.
Like everyone who dies won't be
should also
erased.
consider moving to Tuliolo. The journey won't be easy, but it'd be better than staying here in uncertainty.
They're just gonna make a killing, right?
In times like these, I take comfort in the beliefs of a Turali people called the Yokui. To them, death isn't the end. So long as we're remembered, we never truly die. It could be the same for Queen Sphene, you know? If you keep her alive in your hearts, she'll always be with you.
But we still won't be able to see her, right? I don't want to think about that. I wish I could just forget instead of having to feel like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. Please, mourn your queen however you see fit. As expected, They struggle to come to terms with their loss. I hope they can find a way to move forward.
It's not only grief that weighs on them, but worry for the future. Bereft of their queen, how will they proceed?
True. But with that at least, we're not powerless to help. What is it, Guloja?
I was wondering, is it better to remember or forget someone when they're dead? I remember my father, and every time I think of him, it hurts. It's the same with Queen Sphene. Knowing that she's gone makes me feel sad. But it's different with my mother. I never knew her, so I don't feel as bad. I want to remember my father, but maybe I'd be better off forgetting him.
Nah, your dad sucked.
Guloja.
So I feel like forgetting him, remembering him is like a
Why
lesson.
don't we continue this somewhere else?
Something to never become. Okay. But yeah, the thing you're talking about before, lady, yeah, I have zero recollection of any of that. No recollection of Stormblood's crew involvement whatsoever, actually, in Endwalker. Hey, Galulja, do you really know nothing at all about your mother? Shell searched the system for information on residents, but the only Mamulja she found listed were my father and me. That was like yeah, it's like, how did he make this child? Okay, but if she died and was erased from people's memories, she should have been there, but she wasn't. Well, that means you're here means she was here too, inside the dome. There can't be any other way about it. I mean, we could try looking. Maybe. It's hard to explain. I'm not sad, but I feel like I'm missing something. So even if it makes me feel sad, I want to know my mother. I see. Well, if that's what you want. Then I'll help you. I like to help as well, and I believe I speak for the others too. I can't bother you with this. You already came to the funeral. We came here not only for the funeral, but to see whether all was well in Alexandria. We're not about to leave just yet. Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we're bound to learn about your father as well. By retracing the steps of this man who kept his own counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria. All right. Thank you, everyone. To be honest, because it involves Stormblood people, it probably just wasn't memorable whatsoever to me. Let's see. 205. Oh, that wasn't at the end at all. At least that looks like it's from the start, but I don't know. This whole section of Endwalker was like my least favorite. It was like, hey, go hang out with like not even B team, go hang out with C and D team. I was like, I don't know these people or care about them. No thanks. Assuming neither memories nor records of Galul Ja's mother remains, we must cast as wide in as possible. Just we split into groups. It is from early. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't think I noticed it was copy pasted like that. Ravioli, if you could make inquiries outside in the outskirts, the rest of us will do the same in Solution 9. Oh, you know what? Especially for MSQ things, while we'll be teleporting around. There you go. There's a train apparently happening right now. Oh, that's another thing. I never went to the nut shop. Bro, where the... Okay, here's one. Jesus. Sorry, I've never heard of a Mamulja woman living in these parts, much less one connected to Zoralja. You might have better luck talking to the people over in Tonawatan settlement in the north of Everkeep, in a place called yeah, that. The resilient son won their loyalty when he saved them from some crisis or another. Or so the story goes. If I remember correctly, their chief's name was Kanaloka. Okay. A Mamulja woman? Their people have never been a common sight around here. Why, the last time I saw one would have been before the dome came down over our heads. She was among an entourage of Landsguard that was dispatched here. I assume they all returned to Tuliol after their mission. But if any remained, I suppose they could have been trapped in here with the rest of us. Looking for a Mamulja woman. Oh, Galulja's mother. Can't help you there, I'm afraid. I only know a little about Zoralja, and then only what my father told me. He said that before the dome cut us off from the outside world, a Taral Vidral had appeared and was terrorizing the region. In response, Zoralja assembled a party of warriors, and with them confronted and felled the beast. It was interesting to hear the king's feat in the past. I mean, I guess he did help, but like... Okay. Feel like he took the story for himself. Galulja has told me all. We previously had tried to track down records of his mother, but came up empty-handed. With everyone's help, hopefully we can get somewhere this time. So you spoke with quite a few different people as well. Let's combine all our findings and see what conclusions we might draw. So Zoralja brought a retinue of Lance Guard to Yasudlani, among whom was a female Mamulja. His mission was to rid the region of a Toral Vidral, and I believe it's safe to say that that was the crisis, and yeah. Some of his troops stuck around. Well, this is a different Vidral. He's not talking about... I don't even remember Big Bird's name anymore. Huh. Some of his troops stuck around for the time, perhaps to assist the villagers with some recovery efforts. Then they could have indeed gotten trapped in the dome. We also heard stories about the settlement. People lived there until nearly a decade ago when Zoralja made regular visits. Valgarmonda, yeah. If he required secrecy, location home to his most loyal followers would be ideal. And if this Mamulja woman had remained there, they would have had occasion to come in contact. I see, but what could Zoralja have been doing in that village? I think we can answer that question. It was like he was laying it down. In order to retrace Zoralja's steps, Raha and I spoke with a researcher who worked at Orogenics. He said that approximately 20 years ago, a number of his colleagues were transferred to a research facility outside Everkeep, per the King's direct order. It's the first I've heard of such a facility. Only Vanguard was believed to have been under the King's jurisdiction. Well, if it was secret, like, obviously. It was apparently being used to develop a new kind of weapon. Oh god. But I'm afraid that was all we could learn. There's plenty to go on. Even if the work there was classified, any materials and equipment needed would have been manufactured within Everkeep. So if we look into transportation records... There it is. The routes are full of detours and attempts at obfuscation, but large deliveries were being made at... I just need them to say it out loud so I can, like, not remember it, but at least it's said out loud. Far too large for a mere village. There hasn't been any activity for years, though. It's likely the facility has been decommissioned. You think that's where my mother was? I can't say for certain just yet, but I reckon there's a good chance. It's amazing, even though no one remembers, you managed to figure out all of this. Each piece of the puzzle may reveal little on its own, but when we put several together, a picture begins to form. I was gonna say, wait, so if she's alive, but it sounded like she was from the Tulial anyway, and this was old enough. They probably didn't have the things on their head anyway, so she was never put in the system in the first place to be erased. And even should memories fade, footprints remain to mark the path of those who walked before. A lesson I learned in another life. So we'll be investigating this secret facility then. And this time, I want you to come along, Guluja. Ah, sick. We're bringing a baby into a dungeon. Let's go. It's on the other side of the lake. To get there, you'll need to take a hover cargo from the Drift Downs. Thank you, Shale. Cool job for trusts, yeah. He's clearly gonna be like our tank, right? If we can't have a frog for a tank, we have a child. Exactly. Oh, I'm gonna scoop you up in a second, but while you're also here, here you go. Now you can harass Pharaohs while he's in Eureka. Because apparently free trials can join link shells. So the hover cargo will take us across the lake. I've never been over there before. Already sent one. Okay, I need to add stars to people as well. It's still inside the dome, so I don't expect it to be too different from here. We'll likely encounter dangerous beasts, so the rest of us will go first. You follow when it's safe to do so, alright? Alright, be careful, everyone. Oh, it's just right. Okay. I thought we might have like a middle section before. Oh, I never transferred. Oh, because I need, yeah, I would have to do that for my alt. Okay. Apparently you can't like invite anyone else if you happen to get to them without having a star. But since I made it from my alt, I can't add stars otherwise. Okay. So I'm assuming I'm scooping you up. Who else am I scooping up for this? A cutscene, okay, fair enough. I do want to check here. I thought you could apply this to your own name, but maybe not. I noticed when typing last night, at least outside, things were different. I was like, it's either you or Ace. I don't know what Ace is doing right now. Or if he wants to be involved. But, can scoop you up temporal? That's not temporal. Probably sleeping. Oh, Ace right here. I was like, he's online. I saw him log in early. All right, what roles we doing? We currently have 2 tank, 2 DPS. Advanced sleepwalking. It's just optimal. All right. Well, lady's a one trick, so I guess your machinist temporal. Unless you want to heal. I don't know if you have a healer. It's up to you. I don't mind either way. Also, I kind of hate this orange name. I'm sure I'll get used to it, but it's new and weird and bold, and it stands out and icky. That is my feeling on that. Okay. Okay, we're playing. We're going back and forth. Hold on. All right, there we go. Okay. Big lizard. Oh, like electrified treants? Oh, like everything here is electrified. Okay. Yeah, Gholjaw's just in here. All right. We have a sacrifice. Oh yeah, oh god. I forgot Holy is like a real cast time. Oh my. I haven't touched this yet. Yo. That's insane. I feel like you can actually like weave between Holy and it not clip to hell and back. Oh, there's only one thing left. Okay. That's amazing. Ooh. This song reorchestrated like this, I like that. So much more easily. I should have been saving those, but it's fine. Stock or so much more easily slide cast Holy now too, since it's such a short cast. Man. The hell is that? Underbite McGee, all right. Okay. What does that mean? Ah, I thought it was gonna fall over. Not the way I expected it to go down. I want to get out of its face. Oh. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, new symbols. That's cool. Is this a Final Fantasy IX boss? Nice. I mean, this is the Final Fantasy IX expansion. But cool that it's recognizable, I guess, too. Okay. What a first boss. All right, in we go. It's Resident Evil time, I think. Oh, research note. Well, His Majesty Zoraja is not the first to conceive of transferring a beast soul into a person's body. Safety and ethical concerns have ensured no earnest attempts have been made to date, yet our king believes that there is no greater evil than to hinder the potential of man, so he has ordered us to make this conception a reality. He'd bolster our military might and break through into the outside world. If our research will further this ambition, then perhaps it is worth pursuing. Ah, damn the ethics, do it. It's for the greater good, okay. There's another one, I'll walk back to it. Read. What we got on this one? Our bodies are fragile vessels. Although the infusion of another person's soul confers strength of vitality, the soul of a beast yields mixed results. Even when stripped of memories, a feral soul can induce a psychological instability in the subject. I suspect this is because primal instincts remain. While a certain amount of bestial ferocity is expected, and I dare say welcome, too many such souls can lead to physical mutations. For now, our objective shall be to determine the threshold beyond which a body is at risk of uncontrolled mutation. Okay. I mean, I guess they made it kind of safe given the Arcadian, but from the little bit of story we got out of the Arcadian, that's still killing them, so oh my, that's a big ass boy. Actually able to like go in the, yeah, I was like, based on the map you can actually just like go inside these. Wait, was there something back here? Oh, there was. I didn't even see it. The rate of transfiguration may be dictated by the potency of the soul consumed. We've experimented with fiends of great power, but mutations were observed after the infusion of merely a single soul. No better was this phenomenon illustrated than with poor Atticus. His body was altered irreparably. He lost all capacity for rational thought. One of the primary objective of this research was to utilize the soul of a Tral Vidral. I struggled to see a path forward. An alternative approach must be considered. Atticus, huh? Oh. And the source of our failures thus far has been the inability of our bodies to contain feral souls. What if we were to reverse the process by purging a beast of its own memories and infusing it with a man's soul? One still possessed of its own memories, we stand to gain absolute control over a vessel of great power. My subordinate, who first proposed this brilliant hypothesis, shall have the honor of being the first to transcend our meager limits. I must prepare his soul for extraction at once. Horrors beyond belief. Okay. Whoa. Overseer. Oh, wait. Cantaloupe. Oh. Canaloka. Okay, well. Surrender your souls to King Zoralja. Okay, look. Ooh. There's some like Ghostbusters shit happening here. Spooky hand soup. Okay. Lingering, huh? Oh, interesting. Okay. The tank didn't get one. I was like, is this gonna be like it's gonna fade? No, we did just have to. I love this mechanic. Oh my God. What? Oh. All right, one of these. Oh, is he doing a raid wide? Let me heal myself. One of these. I don't know where my mouse is. Holy. No black mage casting allowed is what that mechanic is. It's like, how dare you be a black mage? This is a Pictomancer only expansion. Haven't you heard? But I'll say one of my favorite things is that like spinny run around with your head cut off mechanic. I love seeing it every time. And now there's a maze involved. That's kind of fucked up, but it's so funny. Okay. Maybe a one trick Yoshi P. And he's the black mage himself. He should know. Whoa. There's just a giant rock. All right. He's better than you. I think that's fine. Fair. It's not Golem, it's Return to Stone. Something's wrong, don't rush ahead. Nah, what do you mean? Oh. What's that roar? Did it come from inside the storm? Okay. With these AoEs coming out, being able to slide cast that so early is a godsend. All right, what do we got? What kind of horrors await? What? Bunicula? Yeah, it's just Bunicula. Okay, hi. Lunipiati. Is this also from FF9? It is kind of similar to Pearl Carby. These. Whoa. Okay. Oh, and it just keeps going. Oh, it just kept going. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that either, to be honest. Leperine loaf? We loafing? What? It's gonna jump what the fuck? Oh, and that. Okay, there's too much, man. They're like, yeah, you know all the mechanics you learned in this game? Yeah, fuck you. We're gonna make everything stay there, so you're not gonna know. Okay, I couldn't find my mouse. You're gonna think you're safe, but then you're gonna die. Okay, ruby weapon. Whoa. Okay, that's not how I expected that one to go, but sure. Creator card, why is that such a slow? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, it wasn't Titan. I expected it to be Titan. All right, good luck. into the hole. All right. Very much a fight of don't use prior knowledge. Jesus. Jesus, okay. The snapshot from that. I was like, expected to get hit by 1. I think I hit 3 times in there. Yeah, it's continuous, but like it's always tick rates. Those are extremely fast tick rates. What kind of... That's horseshit. I don't know where my mouse is. GCD healing is gross. Stop doing raid watts. All right, there we go. Great. You know, expected the hole to be filled at some point. Jesus Christ. Please let me stop running. Yeah, exactly. I was like, all right, not doing this on caster like ever. I feel like that is completely 14 original. Okay, so not a non-FF9 thing. Okay. I was like, cool stuff, but like, Jesus, dude.
For all the talk of my brother felling this beast, he only imprisoned it, like Vali Armanda.
Oh, this was the Vidra.
From what I could tell, they sought to transfer people's souls and memories into bestial vessels at that facility. The Tural Vidral explains the need for a remote location. It was doubtless their prime subject. Though I expect Zoralja did not foresee the opportunities it presented when he imprisoned the creature.
Oh. Echo time.
And so, in order to prevent the breakdown of the individual, I instead seek to transfer their soul into the body of the beast.
This would allow one to wield the power of a Tural Vidral.
In theory,
oh my god, the
our
mustache.
initial experiments will involve lesser creatures, but in time, I am confident we will be able to bring even the mightiest under our control.
And what becomes of those who offer their souls?
As they won't be able to return to their original forms, we must consider them lost. But the sacrifice will be worthwhile, for the army you stand to gain will far surpass any composed of mechanical soldiers.
Very well. Recruit volunteers and begin at once.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall return to the observatory and see to the necessary preparations.
So, you've given him permission?
Teshalja, you will assist Kaniloka. As one of the Land's Guard's finest chirurgeons, your knowledge may be of use in his experiments. You will also watch him closely. In what you learn, you will report to me. You object to his project? Or are you incapable of performing this duty?
No, Your Majesty. Whether we shelter within the dome or expand beyond it, we require great power. But with no one to rely upon, we must take that power for ourselves, even if the means are questionable. I will do as you command. But if Kaniloka's work bears fruit, I wish to beg a boon.
What do you desire?
Something that I had accepted I would never have in Tuliolal. That I believed would forever be beyond me. That it was foolish to covet. But here and now, it is close. So very, very close.
Perform your duty to my satisfaction, and anything you desire is yours. That which I seek does not lie within this dome. Here, I cannot prove the miracle. But if what you seek is at hand, then you may claim it. for it has no value to me.
Yeah, it was like that. I mean, Zeralja, like, has pretty much no emotion just in general, but...
Are you alright?
What a weird way of saying pipe me down. I was like, I'll do the best I can as long as you fill me up like a Twinkie. Yeah, that's your mom, Gulja.
Mother?
100%.
Like the people in the outskirts said, few Mamulja lived in the Yasulani. I can't imagine many other Ubigo women were trapped in the dome. That being the case, she could well be the one.
This observatory Kanaloka returned to, could it not be part of the research facility? We might learn something about Teishalja there.
That's where we're going next, then.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're just... Oh, I see. Okay. We're doing this again. I wish I could see in the past like you, then I could see people who are gone. Because there aren't any other Mamulja women here. For a long time, I couldn't even imagine what my mother looked like. But when I visited Tuyol and saw some, I was finally able to picture her in my mind. And one day, I hope I can see what she actually looked like as well. Oh, they're 18s. I don't want any of these. I mean, yeah. I guess I'll take spell speed. I guess it won't be completely worthless eventually. We've discerned the purpose of the research conducted here. The traces of it that remain might afford us greater insight into what came of it. Let's take a look around for information as well as a way to the upper level. Oh. Out of curiosity. No, you can't mount in here? Man. I was hoping it would kind of be like whenever you... For Endwalker's patch quests. When they had you like running through dungeons. One of them they didn't let you, and it was kind of fucking awful, I'll be honest. The Fell Court of Troya. They had you running all around that, and it sucked. But Lapis Manalis, they had you running through that, but you could mount, and it was no problem. A lift can be seen behind the wrought iron gate. As sturdy as it appears, the gate will likely resist attempts to force it open. A security panel is nearby. Perhaps a verification key will open the way. Oh god, 50-50. Alright. Oh, there are people over there. Huh. Free soup. They're recruiting volunteers for a new experiment. I know I'm not as bright as the others, but they wouldn't laugh at me if I was stronger than them. This might be my chance. Soul transferred a few days ago. I can write. Can write good, yes. I am good, very good. Getting hard to control strength. Today bit off hand of feeder. Cannot help it, so strong. Hungry, always hungry. Cannot control. Eat, I must eat. Am eater, must eat. Same. You find nothing that resembles a verification key. Perhaps you should search elsewhere. Supplies for the staff are neatly arranged within the cabinet. Among various items is a manual outlining regulations and tranquilizing gas to be used in emergencies. You dig deep and find a verification key. Perhaps it can be used to open the iron gate. Nice. Am eater, such poetry. You found the key? Great, I'll call the others. I do love the music in this dungeon. Like, it's just like a much more dramatic version of like just the Outskirts theme, which is already great. Seems the key can be used to operate the lift as well. Up we go. So this is the observatory. I didn't expect it to be similar, but this is a far cry from the temple that held Valagarmanda. All the machinery appears to still be in operation. I expect there are auxiliary systems in place to ensure that monitoring can continue even in emergencies. The warnings indicate various anomalies related to the seal's failure, most likely. For a blessing, we managed to fail the beast before it could cause harm. Right then, let's see if we can find some clues about Guluja's mother. I think I can use this terminal. Shell taught me how. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Hackermans. So much data, I don't know what we should look at. Perhaps we can narrow down the search by inputting name Tishalja. How do we know like a vague age? I expect like 9, 10-ish. But I don't know how old he's supposed to be. You could probably vaguely figure it out with estimation, because I know they've, 30-year time bubble. I think someone we were searching for her mom was like, yeah, I seen someone like 20 years back. But like, ain't no way Gulja's 20, right? It brought up a lot of results. They all seem to say the same thing. Tishalja, Administrator Experimental Treatments, Research Logs. This sounds good, doesn't it? Chances are the data is encrypted, and even if not, it will take considerable time to go through it all. Well, let's take it with us to the back room and have Shell analyze it. Agreed. All right, I'll transfer it to the storage device I brought. There, it's finished. Thank you so much for bringing me all the way here, everyone. If you're happy, then so am I. Besides, I was able to learn more about my brother as well. It was a fruitful adventure for the both of us. And here we are. The authorities will doubtless wish to be informed about the facility and its contents. But first things first, let's deliver the data to Shale. I have a feeling, I don't know how many quests we were supposed to get for this bit of MSQ, but this feels like one of those, like, it's gonna take a lot of time to analyze this, so come back next patch. Well, Jaw's already given me the storage device. There looks to be a wealth of data, all of which is encrypted, so I'll need time to process everything. In that case, Alice and I might take ourselves around the city and check on the people. Alright, that mood has us a bit worried. I don't know if there's anything we can do to help, but we'll see. Understood. I'll let you know as soon as I finish my work. Thank you. We'll see you again soon. Okay, maybe not quite. I was like, pretty sure it should. Well, do they do that for patches? Would the last one be called Crossroads? I don't remember. It's been a hot minute. Alice isn't wrong. The mood out there is still grim. Some of the Tirali remember a time before they were dependent on the Sol system, but even they're unsettled and wondering aloud if they have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. With good reason too. The journey home won't be an easy one for those who've grown old. That's why it's mostly been younger folk who've been leaving for Tural, ones with no elders to care for. Word of that problem has reached us in Tuyalo. My brother is doing all he can to see the Zaktural Railroad restored to operation, so that people may come and go more freely. Unfortunately, the tracks only go as far as Vanguard, so some traveling by foot will still be necessary. Even so, the railroad would make things a sight easier. How long before it's back in service? I couldn't say. Before I left for this visit, Kona seemed reluctant to make promises. But while Shale's working on the data, we could go and see the state of it for ourselves. To Shaoloani Station then. I'll make sure to keep Kona informed. Okay. I mean, we did kind of use the tracks and the train as a bomb. So, yeah, I guess some, I'm gonna need time to fix that. Get things, functional again. Vow resolved and ravioli formioli to boot. What can I do for you? We're hoping for some good news about the railroad. There's an increasing number of people looking to return to Tural that can't make the journey on foot. I see. As it happens, the Vow of Reason is also on his way here to take stock of the situation. Ah, scratch that. Scratch the on the way. Hello. Oh, Aaronville's here too, with new clothes. Did our little Bun Bun finally outgrow his old clothes? Well, I gotta click it. Stop that. As you well know, my previous attire was that of a gleaner, and I have chosen a different path. It was time for a change. Okay. You'd hear about the railroad too. It was in part for my sake that the original Dawn Blazer was sacrificed, so I felt it only right that I insist with its replacement. Speaking of which, I assume Lamachi has explained the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report? The new locomotive was on track for completion, but we're having difficulty pulling her into the station, in a manner of speaking. We see, when we use the Dawn Blazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all the other considerations. But now we're back to our original problem. How to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of Mwahetson. That is the Ronique. Though the Hetzaro that followed them are none too pleased about their Hetzo being spooked by the noise of the locomotive either. The solution I've devised to quieten the railroad should address that complaint. But a silent train presents a different danger. The Ronique will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks. I suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them, or they'll panic and be put off their grazing again. Weren't the rail routes plotted to avoid the Ronique's preferred grazing areas, though? It's odd that they're getting so close in the first place. The Ronique's grazing patterns have shifted since the tracks were laid. I'm not certain why, but I intend to ask the people of, God, for their insight. As a major proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist in this matter, and I too would hear what the Hetzaro have to say. They are the ones most affected, after all. I believe it would be best to begin by consulting their leader. Yes. I really respect how... Oh, there was a thing there. That was... like the research and accuracy of the Native American names. But fuck, can I not even begin to pronounce any of them? And they're just constant, too. Valve Resolve, Valve Reason, I bid you welcome to our camp. What brings you all the way here? I thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of Zaktoral Railroad. You too have noted the Ronique's unexpected change of behavior, then. My son, Shepetto, has been looking into this matter. Shepetto? Normally, we'd expect the Ronique to keep to their favored grounds nearby for a while yet. Despite a thorough search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of the grazing in those places. Yet they refuse to keep to where they usually would, instead pushing westward towards a railroad. Certainly see no cause for this unseasonal migration. Nevertheless, should they continue to move west, we will follow. Any true Hetzaro would, I suppose. As you may have surmised, I am of Hetzaro descent. My parents traveled with the Ronique as well, though I myself have no memory of the experience. I was left behind as a babe, you see, during such a migration. One of many sacrifices necessitated by a nomadic lifestyle, I'm forced to assume. He did tell us, yeah, he was abandoned. Which is kind of fucked up. A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stall keeper in Tuyalal markets, and that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamati came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude, wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. I want to eat our trains, true. Truly, I never heard of the Ronique choosing a path so arduous as to force such a terrible decision, nor of any Hetzaro willingly leaving their own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstance. I cannot say. The idea of following in their footsteps, that I might better make excuses for their actions, never much appealed to me. But if they had good reason, wouldn't you want to know? As is so often the case, you are correct. Though my discomfort with the Hetzaro way may arise from fear of reopening old wounds rather than blind fervor for innovation, it would nevertheless see me repeat past mistakes. And to refuse to learn one of our country's treasured traditions would make me a poor Dawn servant indeed. Please, teach me of the Ronique and what they mean to you. I promise to listen with an open mind. I'd be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. We'll learn of Hitsaro culture with me. I would like to approach this with the fervent curiosity that you and my sister share. Would it be useful to know whether I am doing it correctly? Then it's settled. You'll learn more of the Ronique and we'll have a look around the plains, and perhaps in the process we'll find the answers we seek. Oh, I can see it, yeah. He has a tiny little version of his mom on there. The quickest way to learn about our way of life is to do as we do. Hope you're not above manual labor. Oh boy. Fetch quest time. We've been given busy work. Introduce yourself to anyone who looks busy and ask if you can help. Okay. If you say so. You stroke the Ronique's coat and note that many portions are shaggy and tangled. This one's fur is a bit overgrown, but a good brushing should thin it out. Would you like to give it a try? Okay. Hello, Pharaohs. Such a Ronique brush with you, did he? How like him? You dutifully brush the Ronique until your arms grow weary from the prolonged battle with its coats. Okay. With less excess fur, our friend here will be more comfortable in the afternoon heat and less susceptible to illness. Also makes it easier for us to identify injuries should the need arise. Okay. I'm afraid I finished my task for the time being, but since you're eager to learn about our way of life, I want to tell you a bit about our migration customs. If you're here, you likely already know that the Ronique are our Hetzo, our guides, that we travel with through the turning of the seasons. We trust them to lead us to fertile lands with all we need to survive. But you may not know that sometimes the herd splits into two, bound for a different path. On those occasions, we Hetzo must also part with half our number. You may think it's a strange and stressful custom, but over the years, it has seen us visit new lands and broaden our horizons as a people. This, too, is the wisdom of Hetsaro. Will do. The wind will go right through it without me needle and sinew. Yep, here you go. And often we pack up and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear. Fortunately, the Ronique hide they're made of is durable enough that we generally needn't worry. This is the one group we didn't really do this with. Yeah, we were just kind of here for a couple seconds and then left. We helped run. Well, no, that was a side quest. You do one of the Aether Current quests require you to like help find a baby Ronique or something. But yeah, other than that, it's just like, hey, how do you feel about the train? Good talk, bye. I have a thing or two to share, but rather than talking your ear off, let me test your powers of deduction. I find answers much easier to recall later if I revived with them myself. Our Hetzo provide us with something we use in medicines, poultices, and soap to drive away pests and to sustain our fires. What is it? I don't know, bro. Bones? Both horns and hooves have cores of bone, and we use all these materials, albeit primarily in tent poles, instruments, and the like. It's not quite the answer I was looking for. How was that? Was this something I'm supposed to know? Is it dung again? Sounds like there's a story there, but it is indeed the correct answer. Oh. We discovered myriad uses for Runic chips over time, each a boon to our way of life. Where there is need, our Hetzo always provide. Okay. You smell the grass and the wind, which is a good thing, I promise. You could nearly be mistaken for one of us, if a bit on the short side. Thanks. I have to wonder how Valcona is getting on. I assumed he would be reluctant to get his hands dirty, but it seems his wish to understand us was sincere. There he is now. Apologies for my tardiness. I was tasked with grazing the Ronique and ended up rather far afield. I found myself wandering hither and thither at my companion's inclination. To force us back to the trail seemed inappropriate. But how was your own work? Have you anything to share? The Ronique are treasured members of this community. Yeah. Indeed, the Ronique provide for the Hitsaro, and in turn the Hitsaro are good to the Ronique, just as family should be. Mine is not the only way, though at times I lack the experience to know otherwise. My inability to conceive of how a decision might be right does not mean that it is wrong. My parents had a duty to the Ronique, as they did to me, and so I wonder if their leaving me behind was not so selfish an act as I once believed. I don't know about that. It's still fucked up to be like, you know what? I'm choosing the buffalo over my own kid. I have no way to know, of course, and regardless, this has no bearing on our present concerns. We are here in service of the people of Toral, after all. Nevertheless, I thank you for helping me find deeper meaning in what we've done today. And I will endeavor to remain curious, especially where the Hitsaro are concerned. I'm glad to hear that, Valcona. You're welcome among our herd anytime. Kona, how'd it go? I believe I finally understand the significance of the Hetzo. They nourish the Hitsaro as they grow and provide warmth and companionship in a harsh and unpredictable world. They are the equal of any man, not beasts to be tamed. Moreover, Ronique are sensitive. Though we may treat their injuries or brush their coats to keep them hale, they must ever be free to follow their instincts and seek lands where they might thrive. The Hitsaro would never cage them, and neither should we. To control their migratory patterns or capture those who wander too close to the tracks is out of the question. Then it is particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit the Ronique's once favored grazing grounds. So, like, okay, but what are you doing with the train then? As we were told, the grass looks fine, but the place is too quiet. It's not just the Ronique, even the birds and field mice have fled. We did encounter one pack of Ceratoraptors. They looked to be passing through in a hurry. Typically, that sort of behavior in the fauna would be associated with natural disasters, earthquakes, landslides, and the like. Though the Hitsaro would surely put two and two together with the cause geological, I measured the area's ether to be certain. There is indeed nothing to suggest recent environmental disruption, but I did notice one anomaly. A strong etheric signature to the east, moving across the plain, albeit slowly. What do you think, Kona? Given where we are, I believe we are dealing with a powerful beast. A predator, perhaps, given the local fauna's behavior. One of the raptors we saw looked like it had taken a bite out of its tail by something with very large fangs. It couldn't be. Turu Hetso? Yeah, of course. Ronique Reaver in the common tongue. Oh, our people have several names for such creatures. Fangs that steal Hetso in the night. It's another evocative one. We got Chupacabra. Is that where we're going with this? Ronique can fend off many predators with their horns, but not the Turu Hetso. Their scales are tough as adamant, and neither horn nor arrow can pierce them. A well-toothed carnivore with an unusually tough hide. Cannot recall any such fauna in this region. They usually roam the wilds on the northeast, and most herds keep well clear of them. Can't tell you why this one's so far from its home and its pack both. In any case, I believe the source of the Ronique's consternation is clear. Yup. Never fear, we'll make certain that the beast threatens you no more. Yeah, the eyes are very unsettling. They do not look like a welcoming creature. Alright, solo instance. Ronique Reaver is a clear threat to the local population. Cannot allow it to roam unchecked. Yep.
Hetsu is coming this way! It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronek are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety!
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures. Once they're less agitated, it should be possible to hurt them.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Ronek Reaver.
I suggest you remain here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
Oh, okay. I was like, Boomst? It didn't pop up in chat or on stream for me. Pico, hello.
We must protect the Ronek.
Everything is very laggy all of a sudden. Is stream normal? Yeah, like everything is extra broken right now. Because OBS looks fine. My chat is not okay right now though. It's normal. You see, it's updating like 3 to 4 messages at a time. The emotes don't work anymore. They're frozen. Actually broke everything. How could you? Thank you though, Piku. 76 months. Much appreciated. Let's see. What are we?
We must do what we can to soothe them.
Okay. Yeast infection.
That herd should be all right. Let's look for stragglers. The Ronek are to rally too. None shall be left behind.
I mean, there's pterodactyls over there.
There must be something up ahead. Come! There!
These are no match for the likes of us.
Oh god. I forgot they did that. Yeah, I gotta fix that shit. Oh, hello.
In a panic was clearly
Man, they did a lot for some other jobs. They still didn't fix Dancer.
More are coming.
Oh. I'm not gonna get a chance to sit there and fix that, huh? Change action setting. Do not change. There we go.
You're mine.
That's a thick ass boy, goddamn.
All or nothing then.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, that's a lot of AoEs. Yeah, okay. Sure. Whatever the hell that was.
It seems that did the trick.
For the fodder, at least. But where's...
Chupacabra time. Oh, it's just a Dark Souls crystal lizard.
There! We've got a big one coming!
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Ronek Reaver, and no mistake.
Free range buffalo nugget.
There! Not one there! Not so fast!
Brother, what did you expect to happen? Glavinus? I can see that.
Even should it cost me my life. I will
Save the Hetzel!
Because I know you want to, like, respect the culture and whatnot, but I don't know that dying for a baby buffalo is the play. I don't know about that one.
Kona, are you all right?
Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronek to safety.
There. You've nothing to fear.
Right. Let's finish the job.
I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer!
Alright, I probably gotta re-put dance partner on. Yeah. What's that? Protected by a nigh impenetrable heart. So I'm gonna do this and it's gonna take no damage. One bing.
You'll find the vow of reason
Yeah.
is not without resolve.
God, these are like A Realm Reborn numbers. Holy shit.
Buy me some time to think, will you? It must have a weakness, and I will find it. Keep it busy. I need time.
Right.
Oh.
Right on the mark.
Go for the legs.
Okay. Even the legs are bulky as shit. God damn. Oh. Okay. Where are you putting those?
Now we just have to keep it pinned.
Okay.
A protective current of ether. But whence does it flow?
Fancy. Trace that back to the point of the greatest density.
I've got it!
No, my flourish, you bitch!
one well-placed
It was
piercing
literally
round to the
right as
chest
it came
and-
off cooldown.
You're done for! That stemmed the flow of protective ether.
Man, I'll just delay it for another 20 seconds. Realign it with tech. How dare you?
There's nothing stopping us now! Still not backing down, huh? Fine with me.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Grade wide, probably. Aether call. What are you doing? Oh, this shit again? Alright.
We must disperse that ether ere the river recovers it.
This is going to hurt.
My damage ups. My damage ups. Okay, I'm glad they're really good at getting those. Jesus. Okay. Didn't end up mattering, but they are not good at hitting their orbs. My god.
We did it. The Etso, are they?
The Ronek have all made it to Mehua Hetsuan. Hunters are scouring the area for any remaining threats, but the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid. You, most of all, Bow of Reason. We feared you would be loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our Hetso.
I did no more than is a Dawn servant's duty. The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
For like what purpose?
Resembling that of the predator the Ronek fear most. It might work. If we struck the right balance, we would have the means to deter the Ronek from approaching the railroad without causing them undue distress.
Is that not distress? It's like, hey, our number one predator's over there.
You've done it again.
I must say, I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one. And it's been more than 20 years now. I had come as a trader to the camp in Lozeniheta. A camp that was obliterated in an instant by that monster.
Oh.
Lozeniheta. That's where the Pelu trader found me as a babe.
He wasn't abandoned. The crystal lizard killed his family. Oh, okay.
Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronek. And like us, they were visited by a reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way, toward the fell creature. "We're distracted," I heard one cry. "Save our son! Save the Hetzo!" After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Ronek thunder. I ran and ran. And as the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast. Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronek and have long since moved on. But still more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
And what became of their child?
Come on, Kona.
I'm afraid I don't know.
You know the answer.
But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night, the wilderness wouldn't have been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
Maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelu would. And one day, even a Dawn servant himself. All these years, I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronek.
I was like, yeah, he's been living in resentment of his parents the whole time.
They
Damn.
didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe. I've wasted so much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family, even after they were gone. And now that I am Dawn servant, all of Tuliyola is my family. A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
Okay, okay. To know the Hetzo are safe is more than enough, yet it would be wrong to hope that in protecting them, we also avenged my parents. It is the least I owe to them after all this time. Ravioli, I think you were standing by me as Dawn servant and as the oft imperfect man beneath that mantle. Now, let us return our attentions to the matter we came here to address, shall we? We have removed the root cause of the Ronique straying from their favored grazing and obtained the tools to devise an additional precautionary measure. A silent whistle, as it were. This whistle must be capable of emitting pulses of aether strong enough that they will shy away from the tracks on instinct, yet not so strong as to drive them into a panic. Okay. Fair enough. If we achieve this, it'll be a far sight better than a traditional whistle. More effective and less stressful for the creatures themselves. Let's return to Shalawani Station and begin work on it then. While Lika and his crew will doubtless be relieved to finally have a solution. Okay. I like the outcome of that instance. I wasn't a huge fan of this section as a whole, I'll be honest. But good info, at least. They look pleased about something. Good news for the railroad, I take it. So the Ronique were avoiding a predator. Smart ones they are. And Valcona's not too bad himself. But with his whistle idea, sit tight, we'll have this train on the tracks before you know it. Sit tight? Yeah.
We're ready to go.
Why is the fear... Okay. I was like, there's a fear setting in of like having a cutscene here.
As good as new.
And like, I better not use that damn song.
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine. Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior though, not that you can appreciate it from out here. But as far as the Ronek are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
Come now. If anything, credit's due to Tuliolal. It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly. Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel, and we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought us. However grateful you are, know that we're even more thankful.
Right. If we're done talking, let's put this train through our paces.
Oh, speaking of the Hrothgirl wife, is her custom deliveries in this patch, or is that 1.5? Because I know she's the NPC, but I don't remember if that was here or not.
There's a Ronek up ahead.
That's 1.5, okay.
Now, to test our whistle.
On it. Just point it in the general direction and...
It's moving away. Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed.
With this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
A roaring success! In a quiet way, like.
Uh-huh.
Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Shaktaral Railroad is back in service.
All right. So now people can come and go to Solution 9 in Tuyalal. For a while there, we were really worried that we'd never get the railroad running again, but now that the test drive was such a success, we can breathe easy and start hauling people to and from the dome. First Shalawani and then the continent. Watch out, Zaktaral, here we come. I share the sentiment, but we've got a mountain of work ahead of us to ensure smooth operation. Time to get back to. The efforts of all here today have not gone unnoticed. Once more, I thank you. As for our own work, I trust you can handle matters in Alexandria, Lamachi. There it is, Crossroads. The final one. Well, it's possible the Shale's made some headway by now, and regardless, we should spread word that the railroad's been restored to service. Shale, what do you have her working on? The Luljaw's mother. I feel the same in his shoes. Have felt the same. Some questions are painful to leave unanswered. There's no cause to look at me like that. The Kafkiwa we met may have only been a simulacrum, but her memory was real. There it is, front and center. I needn't search for what she left behind. She left it with me, and I will always carry it. Speaking of things you're carrying, is that a teeny tiny Kafkiwa? What? No. It's merely a token from Alexandria. Our friends in Oblivion would not take no for an answer, and I thought a good souvenir as any. Whatever you say. For what it's worth, I think it's a nice way to bring her with you on your travels. Well, you're off to the dome now, aren't you? I thought I might join you for a time, see if there's odd I can do for the people there. Much changed though it is, I still consider it my home. Of course, we can give you the full story on the way. Absolutely. One of those, like, you do like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward kind of faces. It's like, uh-huh. Whatever you say. A simple yet elegant solution, and thus the railroad is back in operation. Meanwhile, Shale has nearly finished processing the data. She will be able to share findings with us imminently. Okay, so we will get some... Oh, hi. I'm interrupting something, I gather. Why, Yastrola, what brings you here? I've seen enough of the gate and the Sky Deep cenote for now, so I'm shifting my investigation to living memory. While there, I thought I would do it. I would do well to have the company of an expert on electro. I'd like to take a closer look at the place myself. I can join you once we've finished here. Lest you fear I've forgotten, once I've made headway with living memory, the key in your keeping shall be the next subject of my scrutiny.
There was a mountain of data to sift through, much of it tantalizing, I admit. But it will take time to fully decrypt everything that piques my interest, so to answer our immediate question, I've been concentrating my efforts on the audio saved by Taishulja herself. While I've not listened to it yet, I have a selection ready for playback. Would you like to hear it now?
Yes, please.
All right. Several audio files will now play in sequence.
It's good to set aside enough time. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Fucking hell.
My name is Taishulja, and I decided to record this to help me put my thoughts in order, I suppose.
Mother?
Officially I was a chirurgeon with the Lance Guard. I was part of a contingent dispatched to Yasulani to hunt a Tural Vidral that was wreaking havoc. After our mission was complete, I elected to remain. It was the perfect opportunity to document the geographic distribution of medicinal herbs in this region. Or so I said when requesting special dispensation. In truth, I could not bear to return to Turyolal. I had hoped to aid Commander Zoralja in the right of succession, but he did not so much as look my way. I was never in contention, of course, one of the nameless many in his army. To go back and face that reality was too much for me, so I ran. And in my cowardice, I stumbled upon this path. A path that changed my life. When the dome appeared, I found myself trapped within, and reunited with my commander. How am I to speak of Commander Zoralja? I admired him. His incontestable strength, his unwavering focus. He was a man of great passions. I watched him, captivated by his intensity. From afar, I would not dare approach. And in watching, I came to know him. His eyes too sought the distance, but not as mine did. He yearned not for another, but something else, beyond the horizon. That gaze would never fall upon me. I knew.
Okay. So you saw all the red flags and you're like, I still want him.
Experiment will soon
okay,
proceed
girl.
to its next phase, and when it does, as he promised, I will have my heart's desire. Today, the beginning. What I have dreamed of for so long. I hold a future in my arms. If he could see him, embrace him, surely that would be enough. So full of hope I was. A foolish hope.
Its scales are blue.
He's your son.
My... No, I can't. I don't know how. How could I? How? To raise a child, be a father. I don't. I can't. No! No! Get it away from me. Get that thing away from me!
It's all right, little one. Papa was just surprised. That's all. He'll come around. We'll be a happy family. Kaniloka's shouting for me. The research hasn't been going well. But I can't let him take it out on my baby. Hush now, little one. I know just where to hide you.
That's all of them.
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
We know some manner of accident happened at the facility after this was recorded. Perhaps your mother couldn't come back for you.
Hey, Gololcha.
I'm fine, Lamachi. Father and mother, they were both so lonely. If we could have been together, maybe they wouldn't have been. But sometimes things don't work out, no matter how hard you try. I can't tell if I'm happier now.
Yeah, understandable.
But it's better to know, I think. Thank you, everyone.
So we didn't get like specifics. We can presume his mother's dead, but I was also kind of expecting like one more log of like she's been transplanted into a monster. It's like, oh, okay, great. Or like it was one of the things we just killed in that dungeon. It's like, oh, lovely. It's better to know. A profound response for one so young. Though I wish he didn't have to be. Galuja is indeed wise beyond his years. Yet one never outgrows the need for dependable companions. Just fortunate that he has you. Thank you, Shale. Because of you, I got to hear my mother's whole story. You heard it because you were brave enough to listen, Gulja. If you remember one thing, remember that. Now then, having shared what I can at present, I'm ready to head to Living Memory when you are. I'm planning to be thorough, so we'll need to stop for supplies on the way. That said, I promise we won't remain over long. I know we all have much and more to attend to. For now, farewell. A word before you leave. Our network's already spreading word of the railroad. We expected people would be clamoring to get on the train first, yet the reaction's been the polar opposite. Scant few inclined to depart Alexandria anytime soon. Well, when we spoke before, you said many from Tuiolo were eager to reunite with friends and family. Maybe they're concerned about getting through Vanguard? If so, we could take turns accompanying them. In any case, we need to speak with the people ourselves. Let us start at lane node 9. Is the Lizard soap opera done? I have signs to do. God, it's... I don't know. I think Ulja's mom was also, like, incredibly delusional. I was like, okay, I'll help him. He'll give me anything I want. That was his child. And I was like, oh, hey, look, this is your son. And expected that to be like a, ah, yes. This will fix everything. He'll finally be mine. He'll finally care about me. Bro, no. What the fuck? Maybe still, there may still be people gathered in Praxis Park. Let's try there first. Oh, there's a cutscene. Okay. Sounds very stable, yeah.
People look uneasy. Did something happen?
Have you heard? Someone was killed in the Thunder Yards.
The Thunder Yards was one of the hunters slain by a beast.
It was a hunter, all right, and a veteran at that. But it was no fiend that did him in. Only a random bolt of lightning.
Such a senseless way to die. They say that he expended his last soul cells during Zoraljar's attack on the city.
For an upright, hard-working man to meet such an unceremonious end, it feels wrong.
But we'll be fine, won't we? Even if the system no longer erases our memory of the departed, the regulators continue to function.
Okay, that I was curious about that. So it's not just a Sphene. Everyone who dies from here on out won't be erased, is what that sounds like. Okay. He didn't press X. Hey, he's gonna start a streak all over again. Trying to get those nodes. Gotta help Titus. Make him stronger.
Go before my time. Growing old and passing peacefully with the help of the ushers is only natural.
Well, you may think so, but how are we to know? We have no memory of those who have gone. More may have met violent deaths than passed from old age, and we would be blissfully unaware. It could happen to you, or me.
Oh,
to
God.
any of us.
Then what are we to do? Spend every waking moment thinking only of how we might die?
With time, I had hoped that they'd be able to adjust to their new situation. But it's only gotten worse.
Look! It's Queen Sphene!
Huh? What the fuck? Hell no.
What?
Help, Queen Sphene! The grown-ups are really upset, and I don't know what to do!
I see that you are as kind-hearted as ever, Nico. Never fear. I'm here to set things aright.
I don't understand. Sphene is gone. Forever.
What did you do, old man?
You there, Gusson. You were the Queen's aide, weren't you? What's the meaning of this?
Begging your pardon, Vow of Resolve. But Her Majesty Queen Sphene is paying visit to her people, as is her wont.
What?
What are you talking about? Sphene is dead. You officiated the funeral yourself. We all placed flowers to mourn her passing.
A funeral? For Her Majesty?
Oh boy.
What a curious jest. You know full well that ceremony was to commemorate those lives lost during the attack of Alexandria. Her Majesty walks among her people that she might support them in this most trying of times. Surely that is not cause for consternation.
Your Majesty, won't you free us from these terrible memories of the departed? This is no way to live, not for us, nor our children.
I wish that I could. Truly I do. But with living memories shut down, even I cannot restore the system that once afforded us that comfort. You needn't fret, however. I have prepared an alternate solution. All of us shall be made endless.
Girl, this is why we killed you in the first place.
I have created a new system that allows you to transplant your memories directly into an ethereal vessel. One not reliant upon soul cells. This way, you need never again fear death. You may live as you please, and for as long as you like. Our stores of ether are, at present, not sufficient to provide this boon to everyone. But some of you received neo-regulators for the funeral ceremony, did you not? And
Neo-regulators.
We have yet to distribute.
Oh my god.
5,000 in all. One day soon, those with neo-regulators will be called to join the Endless, and thence be free of suffering forevermore.
But only 5,000 of us.
He doesn't have one.
You Victral! The real Sphene would never be content to save only some of her people.
True. She is batshit insane. It was all or nothing.
I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Uh-huh. I'm waiting on like the red mask. Cause like where's the Ashen? Oh God, why are they all? Oh Jesus.
Let's return to the back room. I need to calm down, and then we'll talk.
Okay. I only caught the proclamation from a distance, but I can tell you that the message was about neo-regulators. The message about neo-regulator was received with utmost clarity. It couldn't have been Sphene. She should have been destroyed when the Meso-terminal shut down. Without a single Alexandrian to bear witness. Presented with an identical figure claiming to be the beloved queen. It is no surprise they would choose to believe she's alive. What is troubling, however, is their denial that the funeral was held in her honor. It's as if her memories have been, their memories have been erased. Given that the members of Oblivion remain unaffected, that was likely the work of the regulators, but by whose design? Someone smart enough to play at being the Queen of Reason. In that guise, even if some suspect deception, most of Alexandria will be on her side. We need to find out who she really is. While I agree wholeheartedly, we should avoid drawing more attention than we already have. We must be patient until Oblivion's network turns up a lead, or until our self-proclaimed queen makes her next move. Okay, and then presumably one last cutscene. Meanwhile, in living memory, yep. As a teaser for what's to come.
Where am I? My people? Are they safe? Why am I?
In fear of death, the people turn to Queen Reborn, their fates to learn. Okay. You know, I do think it was kind of a sleepy MSQ patch, which, like, it's kind of all of Dawn Trail, of Neon Horizons. The dungeon was sick, and then it was kind of eh. I am interested in whatever the fuck that is, though. But okay. Don't try to sleep until it hits you with something intriguing. Yeah, and they're a little far apart. I mean, I guess to be fair, once we did the whole train into Vanguard thing, which was, that was level 97. It was pedal to the metal the whole way. Oh, hello. Was Bakul Jaja super prominent in the poster for the version? Yeah, apparently Bakul Jaja has some use for, like, he's involved in the Alliance raid for some reason, which we'll do tomorrow. But okay. Well, we will learn what the fuck is happening. Maybe we'll learn at least more about what the fuck is happening in like 4 or 5 months. March or something, I think, is like the anticipated date of .2. Maybe late March, start of April. I don't know. Logged in for 5 minutes. People found cursed stuff to do with the shaker. What do you mean cursed stuff? I just know whenever I logged in this morning after the patch went live, I couldn't go anywhere and not hear this fucking sound. Hold on, I did buy it, so. It's just everywhere. I couldn't escape it. There's a Moogle around me somewhere. I heard Moogle sounds for some reason. Wait, why did I hear Moogle sounds? Wait. There's not a... Hold on, I gotta go somewhere that I know there's not gonna be any people. There's not a Moogle inside the shaker, is there? Hold on. I was like, why was I hearing those sounds? Oh, okay. Whenever you adjust the sound effect, that's their way of like, this is how loud sound effects are. Okay. I understand. I never knew that. Okay. That makes so much more sense. All right. That shall be it for MSQ. Mostly good shit.